everybody, today is March 31st and I am having a Makers Madness event right here at Engine House number 5 in Allendale, Michigan. So join us for our 1-hour event of Makers Madness.
Everybody, welcome to Engine House 5. Engine House 5 was originally constructed in 1880. The building you're standing in, or sitting in, was originally constructed in 1880, but not here where you see it. This building used to sit on the corner of Leonard Monroe and Grand Rapids. When the owner that currently has it now saw that they were going to tear it down, he bought it from the city of Grand Rapids for $1. And took it apart brick by brick, hand scraped every brick, and brought it here on pallets. Now, the way that Engine House looked, here's a photo of the Engine House in 1899. The front street here is Monroe, and the street right alongside is Leonard, and then right behind it would be Grand River. So when it first serviced the city of Grand Rapids, it was a horse-drawn steam pump fire engine with horse-drawn hose carts. And what you see here are hose carts that they use to bring the hoses to the fire. So then the building went through several changes over time. In the 50s, they painted it red, and they took off the watchtower. Back when they had this engine house, it was the tallest building in Grand Rapids, and they used this watchtower to look over the city to see if there was fires. Well, in the 50s, they didn't need that anymore. They didn't man it. So they tore it down and put a clock tower on it. The hose that's on there is permanently on there. If you try to take it off, they just fall apart in chunks. Back then hoses were probably 50 feet long, 100 feet long. Not very long because they're very heavy. Trucks with the horse harnesses. In these doors are the horses. So when the fire would ring, or when they say there's a fire, they would open the doors, and the horses were trained that they would just walk out the door and walk up underneath the harness and stop, and wait for the firemen to harness up. So when the fire bell rang, this is where the firemen would slide down the pole to get to their fire trucks.
You slide down it?
Yeah, from the very first invention of the fire helmet in the United States, they've looked like this. They have not really changed at all. Now, every fire helmet has a structure up here to keep your head from getting hurt if something were to fall. But they do have the big brim. And okay, now that you've seen it, can you guess why it has this big brim on the back? So, what do they use to put out fires?
Water.
Well, what goes through the hose?
Water.
What do they spray water on? Everything. So, when you're outside playing with the hose and you're washing a car, you're washing a house, where's all the water falling? Down your back. So, the fire helmet was made so that when you have your big fire coat on, the water falling down is not falling in your face and not going down the collar of your coat. Also, burning embers coming down with the water are not going down the back of your coat. That's what the big brim is for. It's basically kind of a rain gutter to keep water and stuff from falling down.